Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. Let's start with our file. So in this, okay, let's wait for a couple of minutes so others can join. Then I'll start off this thing. So backside, you can see clearly the volume is not there. BMP, BMT. Let's use that curve strap one more time. Curve, oh, sorry, modified size. And like sides also, like I need couple of like those points. Like create all those shape just to make it little dynamic. Control Shift, click on this and go to split hidden. Separate those. Geometry, dynamic subdivision, apply dynamic subdivision. Apply it. VMT, modified topology. Those little loose strands are very important. Otherwise, the hair will look really blocky. Push it inside, split it slightly. Pick the same color, and for this part I have to fill mRGB color filled, so it makes him little more dynamic, and you can see like hair doesn't look very static. You have like this loose strands here and there, so it gives you like better appearance and it looks nice. Okay, the guy is joining. So now today, what we'll do, we'll have to this here. It should be like I have to combine it, or I have to blend them very nicely. So what I'll do, loose stand, merge these two together.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. I'll merge these two, and now I have to add some details. Like all this unevenness, BDS dam standard. I can use dam standard and push them inside. I have to move it slightly. Smooth it. So they got the basic structure, like little volume and that fuzzy thing. So here is not even and plain and smooth. Control D. One more time. Now add some detail. So each and every part you have to give attention and add details. Move, brush, move it, but that looks a little odd.
Good morning, sir.
Very good morning. So let's create those shapes. Now let's see. So the strands are separate. This is separate. So I want to combine them together. So I'll select this, merge down. Both are merged. And now what I want to do, I want to combine them, make it a solid geometry and blend them nicely because I can see this cutouts. So blend them nicely. I'll go to geometry, isolate this one. Everything is visible. So what I'll do, I'll use Dynamesh. Now, if we use Dynamesh, it will blend everything together. So little increase the high, 700, and then apply Dynamesh. And it worked, I believe. Yeah, it worked perfectly. And color, I feel, yeah, color was slightly different. So make sure all the color are exactly the same. It become a solid geometry now. Now I can just simply modify anything. I can, whatever I want to modify, I can do it very easily now. I can refine.
So that slight waviness should be there in the hair.
Which one?
जो थोड़ा waves आ रहा है dam standard use करने से.
That I'll make it smooth. थोड़ा सा over here, like cleaning it. You have to clean everything one by one slowly.
So, but does it have to be like extremely smooth and clean?
Yes, it has to be extremely clean. Clean means like no artifacts, no unwanted things. It should be clean.
Okay, sir. और सर ये जो वॉल्यूम में थोड़ा सा अप एंड डाउन आ रहा है दैट इज ओके.
That will fix. Like once it's ready, I'll apply a Z remeasure on this.
ओके.
So for this cartoon character, anyways, like this is not required, but like realistic character will make it like really smooth, flat, everything clean, and that hair will create a different. That process is entirely different. Like for a realistic character, this is for cartoon, so I'm keeping it solid. So doesn't matter. So blending all those uneven surfaces. Saved.
सर आप ये वीडियोस अपलोड किए थे क्या सर?
नहीं नहीं, अभी नहीं किया, अभी आज आज शाम को करूंगा।
Yes. So I was like stuck with the eye portion of my model also, sir. So I wanted something.
ओके। Okay, let's add some detail here. BTS stamp standard. Brush size. I can use stamp standard and then draw all those lines. So like center part, make sure it's not a symmetry. Like, dark, RGB, standard brush, freehand, symmetry. Reduce it, like length, this width of this thing. So I'll go to deformation and inflate, reduce it, append, cylinder, center, merge them together and rotate and align it properly with the ear. And for this, I can use a gold material is there. Select this, white, MRGB. C plug.
What's the difference between MRGB and RGB?
MRGB is material and color. RGB is only color. I'm going to save sub tool, mirror, mirrored. Now for this, I need to create a chain or something. Let's see. We have a lot of IMM brushes. This one. Stroke and everything is on. Curve mode is on, correct. Oh, no, doesn't look nice. Here, okay. Now for here, if I want, I can add more details to the hair. Standard brush, and then use it. Any of these alphas. Like this, I can make like all the hair follicles, everything. And from distance also it will look like hair only. Right, it looks like a solid patch. So you can see like high poly, it's not like like you just create one thing. You have to like pay attention to everything and slowly you do. Like suppose you have like 1 week time and you have every working every day 5-6 hours minimum. You can make polish it very easily, make everything really sharp, clean and crisp. Add all the details.
Yes, sir.
Only material. And I want this here to look, this is too much. Uh, yeah, this one looks better. Steel. I can apply hair materials. You can see like I've applied this, so I can see each and every stroke, whatever I have painted.
Mhm.
material and off this thing. We'll make sure of this thing. Only material is on. Isolate this. Use a really huge brush. And I'm going to apply only and only material. The color is already set. Now the material I have to set for this. If I want, I could use symmetry. Though it's not symmetrical, but it will apply. I'm just like assigning the material.
So can't we just do fill object?
For that, I have to select again the color. Like I have to pick the color again and switch on MRGB color fill object. It will work perfectly, no problem. Now, if I change this also, nothing will change. It will stay like this only. So here I can paint it like this. See it. Now light. So it can change the light and you can see the reflection, because if reflection is visible, it looks more realistic and plus it looks nice also. And for eyes and all, if I want, I can create the eye details also. I can sculpt those areas, like make the, like I can, there's veins and those, all those things are there. I can do it. Then okay. So now, like once your this poly paint, your basic detail and everything is finished. So I want to render this, like, because ZBrush files are usually very high poly and it's like 8.5 million. You can see it's pretty high. You cannot import this file into Max or Maya or anywhere. You cannot use it. And if you decimate it, what will happen? You lose a lot of details. Like it won't be this crispy.
Yes, sir.
So we can render out this thing in ZBrush, but ZBrush rendering depends upon the document size. Whatever the document size, max to max, it will give you the output of that only. So if I want to like a full HD, so I can just simply double it. You see everything become pixelated. Control N, Control N for new, and drag it again. So it will create draw the model. P, go to edit mode, and now this back side, this image size, I have to see the canvas size now. Document, you can see we have this zoom option, zoom out. You can see the bounding box. That box is basically the actual document size. So based on that, wherever it's placed, scale or zoom in, it will render. So now this is like almost filled this area. Background, I don't want to have this gradient background. I would like this solid background. And now if I want to render it out, so render is two different ways. One, I can render this thing into external render keyshot, which is default in ZBrush. If you have keyshot, you can just click it, hit BPR, it will open the keyshot and render this thing. You can do that there. Or suppose I want to render this thing in ZBrush itself, so I can just simply click a BPR. It will generate all the shadows and everything. But as of now, there's no shadow, nothing. So you can see it generates all the shadows and all.
Yes, sir.
So it generates shadow, and this is its basic rendering setup. So if I want to okay, miss something here. Okay, I'll just fix this one.
So is it okay for hair to look this shiny?
Usually hair is like a little shiny. So like this is it is stylized, right? So we can have our own interpretation. I can make the hair completely red, black, white, whatever I want, right? So it's a stylized thing. So there is no limit to that. So whatever you want to create, you can do that.
So is it okay to attempt the body also for a stylized character?
Body thing. No, we'll be creating a realistic character that will be easy. Not easy. That will cover all the topics. Otherwise, in stylized, you will stuck somewhere. Like you, that details won't be there. Skin, pores, and all those things won't be there. So it will be a flat model, right? So those things won't be covered. So that's right. Just filling those gaps like somehow. And like suppose I don't like this shader, I can always change this thing. Like if I want to blend or maybe some toy plastic is way too shiny. Switch off the poly paint and then I can change. I can see like whatever I want. I can make it glossy, less glossy, reflective, or something like this. If I want, I can definitely do it. MRGB. It will become like this. It's like more dark. You have nice reflection. So now there's two things. Suppose I want to render out a this thing video like 360 turntable. So how do I do it in ZBrush? Go to movies. You can see there's something called turntable. If I click on this, it will start rendering.
Mhm.
Just give me a second. It will render the entire thing. And it's done. But still the file is nowhere. After rendering, go to movie, you have to export the video. So the render, whatever is rendered, there are like
Mhm.
two things I have to check, like image title. Usually there is an overlay of ZBrush logo. What if I don't want it? I can make it 0. Then you have timelines, you have modifiers, and all those things are there. You can modify each and everything. Like it have entire rendering setup, entire everything. So I have rendered already this thing, but the thing is, you can see it by default selected is window, whatever the window size and whatever the medium size. So if I export this, the image texture, this thing won't be really huge. It will be decent, like small size. Let's see. We create this thing and I open this. Here it is. You see, it has this overlay of ZBrush and it
Yes.
fades in, fades out. So that is something we can fix here. Fade in, fade out, make it 0, 0. And if I then again export this, it will again export a medium size file only. So you can see that that overlay is not there this time. Oh, where is my, oh, it's here. You can see that overlay is not there. I can,
Mhm.
but you can see this is the actual size of the video, very small. But if I want to make it a full HD, full size render, what I have to do is go to movie. This movie is not required, so delete it. Then go to movie again, dock size, large size.
Mhm.
So now it will render the full resolution, whatever your document size. Based on this, now it will render a full size video. So if I see, click this turntable, will take little longer than usual because it's a size, file size, and resolution, everything is changed.
Yes, sir.
Now if I open the video, it's oh, I have to export, sorry, I have to export the video now. Export, overwrite it. You can see it's a now the size, you can see it's a really huge size based on the document size. So like this, you can generate a really huge render, a really high detailed model. But in this, there is again one more option is there. This is like a, what I did is I just rendered it whatever I can see in viewport. But in render, there is a one more render option is there where I can be generate those light and shadow and everything. So as of now, there is no shadow. You see, it have little impression of shadow, but there is no shadow. If I click on this, render the first frame, it will generate all the shadows, shadow, ambient occlusion, and everything. So you can see I get all this shadow. And if now I render a video turntable, what will happen? Each and every frame will render like this. Do not touch your file, anything, do not do anything. The render, so it will render everything with shadows and all. Otherwise, what will happen? It won't generate any shadow. This is like what this is, but it's a long process. It will take maybe 20 minutes to render, 20 minutes, half an hour to render the entire thing. It will take a long time. But suppose I want to render a what do you call it, one screen. Suppose I want just front pose only, I want to render only front pose. So what I'll do is I'll render the front first, and I want to modify it in like suppose in Photoshop, post process in Photoshop. So for that, I'll render it like this. Done. Go to render, this time not movie, render. You can see render properties, BPR passes. You can see this is the final composite image. You have the basic this thing. You have depth of field. You have ambient occlusion, ambient occlusion off, mask, triple S. All these things you can switch on. So right now it's off. So you can go to render property, triple S, then your ambient occlusion. You can switch on all these things and render whatever you want to render, and then bring it to Photoshop and manipulate and tweak it. You can do that very easily. That makes your life way easier. So triple S ambient occlusion is good. So I can keep this thing. So this is like looks fine. So suppose this is basic lighting, right? So if I export this, render passes only this compose this thing. I'll export this one. So click on this. It will ask where to save, JPEG or PSD. That's totally up to you. JPEG, full resolution, everything. Okay. Now I want a rim light. So what I'll do, I'll go to lighting. It's like I move it back. Click again. If you click, light goes backside of the sphere.
Yes, sir.
Then I can place it wherever I want to place, and I can increase the light intensity. Usually rim light are pretty strong. So I can have one light and I can render it one more time. See, it generate this highlight render. I have this highlight. So here you can see you have a shadow. Export this one. Now I can go to lights again and move it to this direction. Render again. If you save it as project, it will be stored. If you don't save it as a project, this lighting information won't store. So I got this lighting information. Export this again. Like 1. Now I'll open Photoshop. I'll open all 3 of the image here. So this is my actual composite, this final image. Sorry, Control T B. Dragged up on this. This one is not required anymore. Dragged up on this. Oh, it's in channel. This one, like I accidentally selected the channel, that's why it's copied here. Okay, got both the layers, select both of them, screen it, and this background, if I want to remove, I can always go to ZBrush, render. I have this mask, export this mask. So I'll get perfect selection. I don't have to do anything here. PVR mask. So we got the selection. Mask it. Mask it. So now you can see this is like way too white,
But
way
how
too
did you
strong.
copy the mask on the second layer?
Alt drag. Select the mask, or like this is would apply, Alt drag it. So it will apply there. So now if you feel like this is like too strong, make it reduce it. Like you can have guys like light. I just randomly did it. So it should like reach somewhere here only, not this much. So I can control everything. And if I want to remove, I can remove it. Suppose I want to remove the highlight brush. I can remove it and reduce this thing also. This is like a way too strong light, and it's not, placement is not correct. It should not reach here. It should give me the rim light only. So like this, you can manipulate things and change your entire scene, and it will look way better. So like you can manipulate this thing, and always if you have multiple lights, if you're planning to add multiple lights within ZBrush, it won't give you this kind of render, because it's not meant for that. So like this, you can modify things and create your this entire render. If you want to manually touch up something, you can do those things. But like everything you modify. And one more thing you can do is, okay, light is not required. This light, let's see. Front, you can see the reflection. So if I now suppose I want to render it in Keyshot, external render. Select.
Is Keyshot available in that cracked version?
Yes, it's available. Even I have it. So select that, click on BPR. Until now, unless you click on BPR, Keyshot, it won't create. It's basically Keyshot bridge. So what will do, it will export the entire file. Okay, install license. Mm. Now it will open Keyshot and I can read, it will export the entire file there. You don't have to convert anything, you don't have to export anything, you don't have to do anything. It just simply open Keyshot and it will export the entire geometry there
Okay, sir.
with your color information, polypaint, everything. What I did. Windows, I need library and all materials. Fine. Loud library you want. Okay, so now this is like, you can see all the color information is here, but it doesn't look very nice because material setting I need. So I can go to skin. I have two skins. Drag it. It will ask for, if you hold like Alt, it will retain the texture. Alt, drag drop on the skin. So you can see skin tone and everything change instantly.
Yes, sir.
Double click on that. Now you can see all the materials are here. And if you want to modify anything, you can definitely modify it here. With color, light, and this scene lighting, if I want to change, I can go to environment. I have tons of environment here. Just drag drop, lighting change instantly. So you can use any, whatever you want to use, outside, exterior, and modify all your this thing. So adjustment, I can like make it bright, transform, background. I want to use a color. I don't want this background and ground. Okay, to hit okay. Ground shadow is not required. So I can keep it. It's so completely up to me. If I want to keep it, I can keep it. If I don't want, I can rotate the light and manipulate everything, change everything, and get a very high quality render. You see all colors, everything is there. And it gives you better results. You can render out your high poly model directly in Keyshot. So don't have to go to Max, Maya, V-Ray, anywhere. Just simply export and render. So you can do it very easily. Oh, I have another class. I forgot completely. 12 o'clock. I have class. Save the file.
Videos पे डाल देना sir, please.
Video I'll put all the.
Yes, sir.
Okay then. I'll see you guys.
Yes, sir.
Bye.
Thank you, sir.
On Monday. Welcome. Bye.